Teen pregnancy is defined as a girl becoming pregnant between the ages of 13 and 19. This term refers to young girls, so young that they are not yet considered legal adults themselves, becoming pregnant and having to quickly learn to take on adult responsibilities, basically a child raising a child. So the definition of teen pregnancy is pretty straightforward. Basically just a teenager who becomes pregnant. In order to gain deeper knowledge of this phenomenon, we must start by answering a single question. Why are teenagers becoming pregnant and what are their circumstances? So why do teenagers become pregnant? It's more than just because they're stupid kids. In fact, teenagers become pregnant for many reasons. These include a lack of proper education on sexual health, the pressure to have sex, the glamorization of teen pregnancy, and many young girls are the result of teen pregnancies themselves. There are also many social factors that contribute, such as drug use, lack of family or community, no knowledge of contraception, and low self-esteem. This chart, provided by the Center of Disease Control and Prevention, shows birth rates to mothers aged 15 to 19 years old from the years 1991 to 2013. It also shows rates between different races and ethnicities, so it considers multiple factors that are involved in teenage pregnancy. As you can see, the rate of birth to teenagers has gone down over the years, and for the time range shown, Hispanics had the highest teenage pregnancy birth rate. Teen pregnancy is a major concern in many countries, and the United States has the highest teen pregnancy rate of all. Here, Black and Latina girls are twice as likely to become teen parents as opposed to white girls. Also, young girls who live in rural southern states are more likely to fall pregnant, and of course, those who live in poverty are prone to being teen parents as well. Understanding teen pregnancy is extremely important. Gaining knowledge on the causes, effects, and prevention can hopefully help to decrease the birth rate for teen pregnancies and stop the social crisis of children having children themselves. As Jane Fonda once said, if adolescent pregnancy prevention is to become priority, our strategy as advocates must contain two key elements: civic engagement and education. The first sociological theory we chose to use in looking at teen pregnancy and its effects was the conflict theory. The conflict theory's main idea is that the most interesting aspects of a social system are the places where the conflicts occur, and this brings about social change. Many people find pregnant teens to be an intriguing group. Oftentimes, the public's interest in these girls is simply a way to pass their own judgments. While in public, a pregnant teen can often find herself faced with stares, hushed whispers, and sometimes even harsh comments of distaste and disapproval. This is because most of society perceives teenage years as too young to be having a child. Another conflict teen pregnancy can bring is poverty. Raising a child is never cheap, and on top of that, most teen pregnancies occur in people who are already poor themselves. Once a child is brought into the equation, parents may not reach a high-paying job level because of a lack of education, either because they don't have an opportunity for it or because they never get to finish school or drive due to family obligations. A more recent conflict, seen mostly in the last 10 years, is the glamorization of teen pregnancy. Television shows such as Teen Mom, 16 and Pregnant, and The Pregnancy Pact make pregnancy seem normal and not as hard as it is in real life. The conflict this creates is teenagers getting pregnant because of wanting to be on a certain television show or to be like those who they watch and look up to on these TV series. An article on the Huffington Post even talked about young girls getting pregnant just to get an audition on the television show 16 and Pregnant. The second theory we decided to use was the functionalist theory. This is the idea that even negative qualities of groups, such as crime, have a function in maintaining the social system and keeping it at equilibrium. Although teen pregnancy is normally considered to be a negative thing, it does contribute to society in some positive ways. For example, one thing teen pregnancy does help is create jobs in the healthcare field. One of the best known examples is Planned Parenthood, which gets roughly $127 million annually. This organization caters mostly to young girls, those who are afraid of asking their parents for help, so they take things into their own hands. Teen pregnancy can also benefit healthcare education. It is a topic that many find strange yet interesting. There is much research and knowledge being gained on teen pregnancy and teen parents. This can help with prevention and be a way to help young people learn about reproduction and contraception. The last benefit to teenage pregnancy is the option the teen moms have to give their baby up for adoption. Of the teen pregnancies in 2014, 30% resulted in adoptions. Adoption gives teen mothers who are not ready to have children a way out of that responsibility, while also giving couples who have been desperate to have a child but cannot an opportunity to do so. This chart comes from Planned Parenthood's annual report in the year 2010. As you can see, at Planned Parenthood, adoption is the least likely outcome for teenage pregnancies, with abortion being the most common way to opt out. Keep in mind, many mothers also choose to keep their babies, but adoption is still always the least desired option. The third theory we applied to the social phenomenon of teen pregnancy is the interactionist theory. This theory treats interacting individuals as the primary source of the social structures presumed to emerge out of those interactions. Teen mothers and teenagers who become pregnant are often given labels. Those labels are often negative, such as being called names like slut, whore, rebel, and irresponsible. Some young women also desire to be perceived as older, so they engage in adult behaviors such as sex. Those behaviors and actions can result in unwanted pregnancies if they don't know about the precautions and contraceptions available. Now let's talk about the effects of teenage pregnancy, first on the macro to micro level. On a large scale, teenage pregnancy often provides for more government-funded projects such as WIC, food stamps, and EBT. This is because most teen parents are not able to afford raising a child without government help. In turn, this causes taxes to go up, affecting individual taxpayers on the micro level. Certain areas and living environments can also affect teen pregnancy. In regions where education and economic opportunities are lacking, we find more people who never gain proper knowledge and typically end up jobless or extremely poor. Those individuals in places like these, the ones who aren't spending their time in school or at a job, are the ones more likely to become pregnant. Vice versa, teenage pregnancy can also have sociological effects on the micro to macro level. Most teenagers do not use contraception, which often results in an unwanted pregnancy that they in turn have to deal with themselves. This affects the larger scale population by creating more children that need to be raised in society. When teen parents can't, the government-funded projects often help. This comes from taxpayers from the population. In conclusion, we discussed the influences and factors that have been part of teen pregnancy in the last few years. We also discussed the conflict, interactionist, and functionalist theories as they apply to the phenomenon of teen pregnancy. Finally, we took a look at the micro and macro level sociology effects on the phenomenon. With all of these factors, we learned that teen pregnancy has been occurring for years, and although the rates have gone down, we need to continue to educate the teenage population about how to prevent teenage pregnancy and the consequences of becoming a parent when you are still a child. Although the rate of teenage pregnancies has been decreasing in recent years, the percentage of teens who will become pregnant is still quite shocking. By the final year of teenhood, age 19, 1 in 3 girls will become pregnant. Here are some interesting facts we found about teen pregnancy. 89% of teen parents are unmarried. 77% of teen pregnancies are unplanned. Over 50% of teen mothers never graduate high school. Less than 2% of teen moms earn a college degree by the age of 30. 50% of teen moms go on welfare within their first year.